On behalf of Waco ISD, I want to express our appreciation for your dedication, commitment, and loyalty to the district, its parents, and most of all, its children. You now embark on a new stage in your lives that will be fun-filled, relaxing, and full of many new and exciting adventures. It is now my pleasure to introduce the members of the board who will be joining us tonight and assisting. Mr. Alan Sykes, Board Vice President. Mr. Kerry Dupuis, I believe still our youngest board member. You're still. And now, board members, if you would please assist us with the awards. Mrs. Boteo will hand you the award. And I will introduce our honorees. Mrs. Donnell Bell. Mrs. Bell is retiring from Waco ISD after 17 years of service in education. In addition to working at J.H. Hines, she also served at Waco High and Lake Air Montessori. Her fondest memories are graduation ceremonies when the students had music therapy session. The classrooms would come alive when students became Michael Jackson and Elvis Presley of the classrooms. Mrs. Bell plans to travel in the future. She has 3 daughters, Michelle, Crystal, and Renee. Miss Jocelyn Bennett, University High, United States history teacher. Ms. Bennett is retiring from Waco ISD after 32 years of service in education. In addition to University High School, she also served at Tennyson Middle School, University Middle, and Waco ISD Alternative School. Her fondest memories include being Outstanding Teacher of the Year for University Middle School in 1996-97, and again at University High in 2001-2002. Her plans for the future include catching up on her reading and to travel. She has Monica Benet King and Malcolm Wayne Bennett Jr. are her children, and she has 6 grandchildren. Miss Victoria Vicki Brown, University Middle School math teacher. Mrs. Brown is retiring from Waco ISD after 26 years of service with a total of 28 years in education. In addition to University High School, she also served at A.J. Moore and Waco High School. Her fondest memories are working with students in a family-like atmosphere through the years and having the chance to work with amazing, caring colleagues. She especially enjoyed seeing former students and their families at football games. Her plans for the future are to spend time with her family, reading, sewing, and traveling with her husband. Her husband is Clifford Brown, and she has 4 children and 2 grandchildren. Miss Magdalena Campos, Bells Hill Elementary, 1st grade bilingual teacher. Ms. Campos is retiring from Waco ISD after 28 years of service with a total of 32 years in education. In addition to Bells Hill, she also served at Sol Ross 6th grade center and Sol Ross Elementary. Her fondest memory was when the students realized their learning potential and they began to feel confident and strived in learning. Her plans for the future are to enjoy spending time with her husband, all of her grandchildren, and to travel. Her spouse is Neves Campos Jr. She has 3 daughters and 2 great grandchildren. From the Waco ISD Police Department, Corporal Jerry Kaufman. Corporal Kaufman is retiring from Waco ISD after 20 years of service, 7 years served in education with Waco ISD. His fondest memory is when his daughter attended G.L. Wiley Middle School several years ago. He would write tickets to fellow students, and he believed the students would be negative toward his daughter. One day when his daughter came home, she said, "Dad, I met some of the kids you wrote tickets to, and they said you were nice." Then I was able to relax, and I knew everything would be fine. Corporal Kaufman plans to spend time with his family and travel. His spouse is Chrissy Kaufman, and they have 6 children. University High School math teacher, Miss August Jean DeBose. Ms. DeBose is retiring from Waco ISD after 51 years of service in education. In addition to working at University High School, she also served at A.J. Moore, G.O. Wiley, Lake Air, and Waco High School. Her fondest memories are being listed in Who's Who among Texas educators and being the WCTA Teacher of the Month. Ms. DeBose says, "It has been an awesome journey. Each day was a blessing." Her plans for the future, whatever the Lord leads me to do. Her spouse was the late Emery DeBose Jr. Ms. DeBose has 3 children, 8 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. University High School math teacher, Miss Carol Emily. Miss Emily is retiring from Waco ISD after 15 years of service, with a total of 33 years in education. In addition to University High School, she also served at G.O. Wiley, Tennyson Middle School, and A.J. Moore. Her fondest memories are meeting many wonderful people and making new friends. Her plans for the future include tutoring, teaching music, helping to print Braille books, and volunteering at church. Her husband is Dave Emily. Miss Emily has 3 children and 7 grandchildren. Dr. Karen Hassel. Dr. Hassel is retiring from Waco ISD after 23 years of service, with a total of 33 years in education. In addition to professional development, she also served as an administrator at Viking Hills, North Waco, and Waco High School. Her fondest memories are working with outstanding educators who live by the motto of children first, and all of the tremendous friendships that were made, both old and new, that will last a lifetime. Her plans for the future are to work in consulting and professional development opportunities and continue to serve on the board of the National Association for Professional Development Schools. Dr. Hassel is also looking forward to relaxing, gardening, and cooking. She is married to Dana Hassel, and they have 2 daughters. Okay. Miss Cynthia Inuburai. Am I close? Miss Inuburai is retiring from Waco ISD after 28 years of service in education. In addition to Cesar Chavez, she also served at North Waco, Kendrick Elementary, G.L. Wiley, and the Waco ISD Alternative School. Her fondest memories are being nominated Outstanding Teacher of the Year in the 1996-97 school year for North Waco Elementary and the 2002-2003 school year for G.L. Wiley. She also enjoyed seeing the expressions on the faces when students accomplished something that they had worked very hard for. Her plans are to continue to involve herself in educating young minds, spending time with their family, traveling, and fishing every chance she gets. Her spouse is Joe, and they have 2 children. Mr. Jeffrey Jones, Brazos Middle School Special Ed Inclusion Teacher. Oh, not here. Okay. Miss Charlotte Lowe. Miss Charlotte Lowe, Waco High School Credit Recovery Lab Teacher. Mrs. Lowe is retiring from Waco ISD after 25 years of service, with a total of 33 years in education. All 25 years were served at Waco High School. Her fondest memories have been graduation ceremonies and having students come back to visit and tell her all the changes happening in their lives. She also enjoys when she is out in public and students see her and give her a big hug and introduce her to their families. Her plans for the future include working in her garden, swimming in her pool, arts and crafts, traveling, and spending time with her children and siblings. Her husband is Rick Lowe, and they have 2 children. Miss Thelma Mitchell, West Avenue, LVN. Ms. Mitchell is retiring from Waco ISD after 5 years of service to the district. Her fondest memories are when the students would come in and ask if she needed any help. She also enjoyed the students who would come by just to say hello to her. Her plans for the future are to sleep late at least 2 times a week and take short trips. Ms. Mitchell has 2 children, 1 grandson, and 3 grand dogs. Miss Mary Palacios, West Avenue Elementary bilingual teacher. Miss Palacios is retiring from Waco ISD after 9 years of service with a total of 36 years in education. In addition to West Avenue Elementary, she also served at Tennyson Middle School. One of her fondest memories is when a student who could not read one day exclaimed, "I can read," and the student was radiant. That is when you know teaching is all worth it. Her plans for the future are to take several trips, and her son is Arthur Palacios. Ms. Karen Waters from the Administration Building, Curriculum and Instruction Department. Ms. Waters is retiring from Waco ISD after 23 years of service with a total of 25 years in education. In addition to curriculum and instruction, she also served at University Middle School in the Professional Development Department and in the Technology Department. Her fondest memory was the United Way pageant. Everyone was involved and everyone pulled together to make it happen. She felt it was an extraordinary experience. Her plans for the future include traveling to Germany to visit her son, Harold, and to take a long break, then look for a part-time job. Ms. Waters has 2 children. Mr. James Wilson, Waco High School math teacher. Mr. Wilson is retiring from Waco ISD after 8 years of service to Waco ISD and with a total of 21 years in education. His fondest memory is when this past July he received a call from a very excited young lady reporting she had scored a 3 on an AP calculus exam. His plans for the future are to enjoy his retirement. His spouse is Shirley Wilson, and they have 2 children and 5 grandchildren. And that would be Miss Shirley Wilson. Congratulations. Mrs. Wilson is retiring from Waco ISD, also after 8 years of service, with a total of 18 years in education. Her fondest memories are handing out diplomas to graduating students and many friendships that were made throughout the years. Her plans for the future are to relax, travel, and spend time with the family. And she is still married to James, and they still have 2 children and 5 grandchildren. We're going to miss them both. Now I would like to invite Mr. Alan Sykes, our Board Vice President, to the podium for closing remarks. Mr. Sykes?
On behalf of the Waco ISD Board of Trustees, it's my privilege to offer our congratulations to each of you and best wishes for a relaxing, healthy, and enjoyable retirement. And the most important of all, thank you for your dedicated service. Regardless of your position or responsibility, your work has positively impacted the lives of thousands of children, and for that we are extremely grateful. Many students have no doubt crossed your paths during your career at Waco ISD. You have provided instruction and guidance, as well as inspiration and understanding. You have been a guiding force, taught them rules to live by, and showed them how to interact with others. And because of that, Many of those students are attaining and achieving greater goals today, enabling them to be leaders tomorrow. As you leave tonight's ceremony, I encourage you to always remember the children you've encountered, as I am confident they will remember you and be grateful for your caring help and guidance. Enjoy the memories, and rest assured your contributions to Waco ISD have formed a strong and productive foundation of excellence for years to come. Again, thank you for your service. Please keep in touch. Congratulations and best wishes to each of you.